All righty. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good. Thank you for coming through today, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live today from around the country after last night's event. I'm surprised there's anyone here. They would have been exhausted. I think everybody's just at home exhausted at the moment, but I'm glad to see so many of you here today on our Wednesday lunchtime presentation, and I'm hoping that over the next sort of 45 minutes or so we can kind of really get you excited about what we're doing here at DuePoint. The reason why you're giving us your lunch hour today will be well worth it, I hope, at the end. To start with, let me tell you, you're sitting at DuePoint today, and DuePoint's a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. So we are not something new. We are not something that's kind of come in from overseas. This is a homegrown South African financial services company. We've been around since 1952. That's 66 years. You're dealing with a well-established insurance company here, and we want you to have confidence in us as we deal with and talk about what we do here at DuePoint. We are, of course, a licensed and authorized financial services provider. There's one of our FSP licenses there. I encourage you, as I do everybody who comes to DuePoint, to go away and do some research on us. Get comfortable with who we are. Understand who you're dealing with, because we are not like anything that you have seen before. One of the key differentiators that we have here is that we're actually real. These days there's so many fake companies out there coming from China but actually Nigeria, and Russia but actually Kenya, and all of that sort of jazz. Here you can see us, you can see our staff Monday through Saturday, you can come to our building, you can see our licenses. You know you're dealing with the real deal here, and so we want you to have that confidence as we progress through this morning. My name is Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here, and I'm going to tell you what we do. We've got two things that we try and achieve here at DuePoint. Our primary objective here at DuePoint is to create wealth for South Africans. Right now in the South African context, all of us are not getting wealthier, are we? We're all getting poorer. Now, a very interesting thing is yesterday, in fact, I had one of our wealth engineers talking to me, and he said, yes, but South Africans haven't yet realized that they're getting poorer. And I thought, is that actually true? Are South Africans unaware of the crisis that they're actually in at the moment? Maybe they've been hiding under a rock or something. I just can't imagine that there is a South African out there that does not realize the financial crisis we are in as individuals in South Africa. Bet you none of you got 7 raises this year, did you? No, you didn't get 7 raises. Okay, but we did get 6 petrol price increases and a VAT increase. So how come you didn't get 7 salary increases this year? How come? We're in a recession. That's what the government has now officially told us. We're in a recession. That means everything's going backwards. Prices are going up. Income's going down. Do we not yet realize that we haven't got any more options available to us? We have to start doing something different. And at DuePoint, that's what we believe we've done. Understanding the environment coming out of the South African context, we have created something that we believe gives South Africans the only viable option they have right now in creating wealth. Now, creating wealth is not in selling things to make cash. That does not create wealth. If you've been involved in anything before where you've had to sell a product, you know your personal circumstances never changed as a result of it. Even though there might have been promises of all sorts of other things, you never got to change your personal circumstances. Here at DuePoint, we work on the premise of recurring, reliable monthly income. Yes, not weekly, not lump sums, because all of that also doesn't exist. Here, we work in the real world where we create real, permanent wealth for South Africans, which is a monthly, recurring income that they create, that you, as South Africans, have control over, and that can be used to combat the environment we're in. Increasing petrol prices, VAT increases, out of control debt, all of this sort of stuff we can start to combat when we are creating something that is reliable and something that is steadfast, not the stuff that's here today, gone tomorrow. We want reliable wealth creation, and that is our primary objective here at DuePoint. Second objective is we want to get South Africans involved in the financial space again. In South Africa today, very few South Africans are involved and are benefiting from the financial services sector. It is a sector that excludes people through its legislation, massively legislated, pushing everybody out, and also through its pricing. In South Africa, we are high-risk individuals. Whether we like it or not, we are high-risk individuals. There's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of sickness, and there's a lot of death. As a result, at least 70% of South Africans remain uninsured and don't benefit at all in this space that we're in. Now, we believe that we have created something that allows South Africans back in to be participating in what is now the largest sector in the South African economy. Those two objectives together, and we built what we call the DuePoint system. It's the reason why you're here today. It allows you as a South African individual to contract with us as wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, we give you one task. It's not going to be selling anything of ours. It is not going to be advertising anything of ours, and it's not advising people in any way, shape, or form. Here we give you just one task. What we want you to do is we want you to get out there and connect everybody to us. That's all. We want a connection with every South African. If you can connect us to South Africans, you naturally expand our market. We as the insurance company come along then and sell our products into that expanded market. By doing that, we're able to create greater revenue. The greater revenue is what we use to create that recurring extra income for you every single month. Folks, this is a business that does not sell goodies, and therefore we are free to create a system that creates recurring income. Our products here, financial services products, insurance and lifestyle products, they run on automatic debit order systems. It means that every month, every single month, those debit orders are raised by our computer systems. And it means that every month your income is coming in. This is a huge difference to anything you've been involved in before where you've had to sell something to someone, because it means you've got to run back to them next month and try and sell it again. It is an endless a circle that you're in. Interestingly enough, it's the same as having a job. You work all month long, they pay you, and if you don't work another day after that, you don't get paid, do you? They don't keep paying you after that. You only get paid for the month that you're in. Here at DuePoint, we create a recurring income because our debit orders work. Whether you've worked on your channel during the month or not, the income comes in. That is a powerful freedom that we create for South Africans, and if they haven't yet realized they need it, I hope that slowly through the course of these presentations they will realize how right now we don't believe South Africans have any other option here today. Now, we build the system as well to allow you to expand on your current capability. As most South Africans, we're rather trapped. We don't have the requisite qualifications and experience required to extend our careers in whatever we're doing. I mean, most people who ask them, yeah, I'd love to be CEO, but can they get to CEO? Have they got the experience, the connections? Have they got the education required? Well, I think for the vast majority of South Africans, that's not the case. You don't have the ability to expand your income. Here at DuePoint, no matter who you are, we have built a system that allows you to expand your capability. You're able to create wealth well beyond anything you could have created outside of the DuePoint system, because we give you the opportunity to leverage others in our system. You're able to build channels, teams of people. These teams of people repeat what you are doing and create for you wealth 24 hours a day. We were marveling again last night between the hours of 10 and 6 this morning how people have become wealth engineers, how income has been created and wealth generated for individuals who were sleeping at the time. That is the power of the tool we give you. Right now, you know, you've got to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, you come home at 5 o'clock, no one's paying you outside of those hours. Even if they force you to work longer, you know they stop paying you at 5 o'clock. With our system, you are now earning 24 hours a day, and you can expand your ability to earn well beyond those 8 hours of the day in our system. Now, folks, we let you into the system, and we allow you to use the system we have created at no cost to you. So again, I reiterate this every presentation. This is not a risk decision today. I marvel. We had a gentleman here last night. We get the odd one every now and then who watches the whole presentation sideways. You know, as if we are declaring some kind of criminal act here that we're going to get everybody involved in. Very grumpy, left immediately afterwards, said, I'll have nothing to do with this. And we thought to ourselves, this poor individual doesn't yet realize that where he is a stagnant position. And also, he must have believed that he was going to lose something in the DuePoint system. Folks, you do not lose anything here at DuePoint. We're not in the business of taking money. We're in the business of making money at DuePoint. And so today, you will pay nothing to become a wealth engineer. No startup fee, no monthly fee, and nothing else in between. It is a system you use by simply being a product owner at DuePoint, no additional premium charged, and you're out there creating wealth for yourself, making money rather than losing money in our system. And as I said, because you're not selling, you're not intermediaries, you're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not advisors, you just connect people to us. It means that everybody, no matter their education or experience, can be a wealth engineer with us, and everybody can be building an asset. Remember, what's an asset? Well, an asset is something that's yours. It's something that creates monthly income. It's something that can be priced. That is exactly what you build at DuePoint. You build things that can be priced and sold. You build things that create monthly income for you. And it means that when you pass away one day, that asset, that income, that team that you've created that's producing wealth for you automatically transfers to your children, and your children benefit from the income you created during your lifetime. This is generational wealth that we're building at DuePoint. There is nothing in South Africa today that compares to what we are doing. We do not think about just the individual and getting these weekly lump sum nonsense I read about all the time. No, we talk about a consistent income that is not only yours, but will be that of your generations to come after you. This is significant, guys, and we have to start thinking beyond our very right now kind of attitude we've had. We've got to start thinking about how we can permanently change our lives. Folks, we've built the system as well so that it works at your maximum convenience. Everything is in your cell phone. Everything is a finger push away in the DuePoint system. If you've been here today, that's great, but you never ever have to come back here again. Our technology means that you can build your business and your wealth anywhere in the country, any time of the day, with the latest technology. Our technology means you're never going to have to give a presentation again, because we use technology that puts our presentation in your phone, in your pocket, on your TV, 6 days a week, 24 hours a day. In fact, it's 7 days a week. You've got it 24 hours a day, but live 6 days a week. We use things to make life more convenient for you. Never again are you going to fill your buckies with products or your cars with products that go off. Our products don't go off. They don't expire. They're never delayed in delivery. They're never faulty when delivered. You have the perfect product every single time, delivered instantly to you in our system. All these things to make you proud of creating wealth, to make you proud of the system that you're in here at DuePoint. We leave you with one task at the end of the day. No paper application forms required. One task. Just connect South Africans to us. How do you do it? 4 ways. Firstly, you can pick up one of our USB sticks. It's got all of our presentations on it. You plug it into a TV or a computer, and there we are, giving the presentation for you. Second way, you can come and be part of our studio audience, as you guys are today, and as hundreds were last night, which was fantastic. They're all sleeping today, I think, but it was great to have them. Bring them here. If you're in Gauteng, you can bring people here 6 days a week, and they can be part of our studio audience. And then the third way is through our YouTube channel. This is the one for everybody. This is the one that makes DuePoint nationwide. This is a nationwide business. I don't need to set up an office in Springbok, Northern Cape. I've already got 50, 60, 100, tens of thousands of offices in Springbok, Northern Cape, because it's in your phone, it's on your computer, it's in your TV. We're everywhere all the time for you. 3 o'clock in the morning, you push play, and I'm in full makeup, ready to go to give you the presentation because of our YouTube channel. And then the fourth way of connecting people to us is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations is broadcast live across the country. This is great for the skeptics. You've had them before. This is one of those things I'm not going to believe until I can see it. No problem. Now we give you a button, you push, you live in the room with us. You can go, there it is, he's live right now. It is 12:30 on the 24th of October. No edits required. You're here with us every day of the week, Monday through Saturday. So for even those people who use Google and Facebook but have never seen their office, but say they're not going to believe in DuePoint until they've seen their office, for those people, we've got the button in your app that you push, and they're in the office with us Monday through Saturday. By connecting people in one of those 4 ways, some of the people you connect are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here, realize their opportunity to create real wealth, permanent wealth with us, and when they do, we allocate them to you, and they become the first wealth engineers of your channel. These individuals then go out and do exactly the same thing. They're going to connect people to us from around the country. Some will become wealth engineers. Again, we connect them to you, and this process repeats itself and repeats itself as your channel grows out across your city, across your province, and across South Africa. We have seen it over and over again. Now, you might notice that this diagram doesn't create a shape, because many people go, no, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. I don't see any pyramids in that. This is exactly how channels grow. We've actually demonstrated it before. You can go back through our YouTube channel. We'll show you videos of how channels grow. It is incredible, the distribution network that is created by wealth engineers here. This is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme, and it is without question not a get-rich-quick scheme. I know that's what everybody was hoping for. I know that they all came here going, this is what I want. 3 months from now, I'll be on my yacht in the Mediterranean. Folks, there's no such thing. Even the guys who promised that to you are lying. Otherwise, you would have friends that are already driving the Ferraris and the Range Rovers and moving into Houghton and all of that sort of jazz. You would have, and we don't have any friends like that, because there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Here at DuePoint, we pay the price to create wealth. It's the same price you're paying for building your careers. It's the same price you're going to pay for building a business. And it is the same price for building wealth in any system anywhere in the world. Time. That's the price that you're going to pay. You have to put time in to create wealth with us. And for those of you who do put the time in, we're able to start that wealth creation process. We start with a facilitation of the purchase of our products. We've got 4 products. Our first one is Access Wealth. It is 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. Your first product is your very own tax-free investment account. You are now creating an asset for yourself, and you haven't connected anybody to us yet. The second product is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. You get all of that for 324 Rand a month, and we take 100 Rand of the 324, we put it into your investment. And so your asset begins to grow with us here. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that you get 1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. It means if you pass away, your family will benefit from 1,000,000 Rand. There are no medical examinations, there's no declarations that have to be filled out, no waiting periods, and no maximum age limits. This means this product is for every South African. Even the 70% that are too risky, too old, too sick, live in the wrong areas, etc., and could not get insurance before. Now they can get 1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover for 249 Rand a month. This is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer. It means everybody in South Africa is now able to start creating wealth for themselves and for those of you that they work with in our system. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at 299 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 products again. The first one is funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rand a month, 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of cover, and whether you want 5 or 10 family members on the product with you. Folks, the second benefit is that the principal member gets 10,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover when they pass away. This means that when you pass away, that's you, the principal member, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your children don't have to. We think generationally here. I get the odd person saying to me, I don't want to pay for something my children are going to get. I think that's incredibly selfish, and I also think it's very short-term view. I think we need to change that in South Africa. We can't continue to think only about today. Man, we've got enough examples of that in our politicians, don't we? We need to be thinking about how we're going to build this country beyond this generation. And so we add benefits like that to our products to give us generational capacity, not only with our wealth creation, but with the products that we have as well. And then, folks, we have our Wealth Points Buyers Club. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club is 299 Rand a month. For 299 Rand, you get to be a member of our club where you get access to all of our suppliers. We've got retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, entertainment, travel agencies, you name it, all designed to reduce your expenditure, so that if you use the products properly, you will make money. Now, guys, these are all proactive products. You've got to actively use them. It's a little bit like the gym. You can pay that membership, but you're not going to get thinner or stronger until you go and use them. Now, we've got a whole lot of review and training videos on our website and YouTube channel on these products. Go watch them. Don't fight me on this. Go to YouTube and watch them. If you watch them, you'll go, I know how to use these products to maximize my benefit and more than cover the cost of my product. Multiples. What was Rob saying last night? He got a brand new Ford recently that he purchased, and he got it through Ford, one of our suppliers, and they gave him the same price as they quoted him 3 years ago. Now, anybody who knows cars knows that prices have not stayed stagnant for the last 3 years. They've probably tripled in the last 3 years. And they gave him that because he was a Wealth Points Buyers Club member. These are powerful products if you understand them and use them properly. Folks, how do we normally get you to purchase our products? Well, traditionally, we would advertise to you, wouldn't we? Insurance and banks, all we do is spend our money advertising to you. TVs, billboards, taxis, radio stations, you name it, there's adverts everywhere. In fact, I don't know where everybody else has gone in South Africa. These days, I don't see any adverts for anything other than insurance and banks. That's all we see. We spend hundreds of millions a year as separate companies trying to get you to connect with us. Now, that costs a lot of money. How do we pay for it? We make you pay for it. We put it into the price of your products. If you're paying any form of insurance or any banking fee, I can assure you that you're paying for next month's advertising in that price every month that you pay. Now, at DuePoint, we do no advertising. Might be one of the reasons why you had never heard of us before, because there are no adverts being aired about DuePoint. We use you. You go out, you go and connect South Africans to us. And as you connect them to us, we're able to create this wealth. Why? Because all of that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., running adverts to try and get you to connect with us, we now have available to transfer to you and your channel in the creation of wealth. And we distribute it in two ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product paid in your channel every month that it's paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel it's been made. All right, now that sounds complicated, but it's actually very simple. You go out, you chat to some of your friends. Some become wealth engineers, pay for their product, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand for every product every month that it's paid. If this guy over here takes 2 products, you get 110 Rand. If that guy takes 3 products, you get 165 Rand. If that guy over there takes 4 products, you get 220 Rand. Every month. Not in the month where you made the sale. Every month. It's a single connection to DuePoint with a multiple stream of income. So one of the guys, we always say it takes a lot of time to build wealth here. One of the guys was like, "You mad? It takes no time to create wealth here. Everywhere else you have to try and sell something you pour at the beginning of every month. Here at DuePoint, you are systematically making yourself wealthier. As you add people and add people and add people, your wealth is increasing. And all the people that you connected 3 months ago pay you this month. And the people that you connected 2 months ago pay you this month again. And you compound your wealth over time. Nothing compares to the DuePoint wealth creation system in South Africa today. Nothing. We're completely unique in our ability to expand your wealth. These individuals go out there, connect some people. Those people pay for their products. You get R27.50 multiplied by 200% again, 55 Rand. He takes 2 products, you get 110 Rand, etc., etc. Look at this example. 5 minutes, you've put a handful of people in, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year. You have created, off of the back of really 5 minutes worth of effort. Now, people will say to you, "Oh, I'll make you rich in 3 months. Just give me 5 people." Yeah, no, that's never going to happen. You know it, otherwise we'd all have done it already. We're saying to you, you put a little bit in, you get a little bit out. You put a lot more in, you're going to get a lot more out of our system. As you expand your channel, you earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But from the 8th point on, you continue to earn with unlimited potential. You will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product on every point in your channel, no matter how big it is, as long as you qualify to earn. Go to our YouTube channel, watch the training videos, and you'll understand how to qualify and how to expand, and how we have created something that you can hand over to your children one day. They can expand it further, hand over to your grandchildren, and expand it further. This is how true wealth is developed. Generation after generation will create greater and greater wealth here at DuePoint. And so we're going to all pay the price of time. Both you and the generation to come are going to put time into the creation of their wealth. What is the price of it? Well, we built that in, and we've had enough years now to work the maths and understand the maths even better. And we came up with what we think is a reasonable growth rate formula. We've got to know how fast you're going to grow your wealth. We call it 3 plus 2. It is probably the least onerous formula we could come up with. It says, in your first month with us, brand new wealth engineer, your responsibility is to connect just 3 people. That's all we're asking for, not 30, not 300. We need you to connect 3 people to your first point. If you can connect 3 people to your first point in your first month, and then 2 every month thereafter, just 2 people, every month thereafter, 1 every 15 days, but you can do it persistently and consistently. You don't get to skip Christmas. You don't get to skip Easter. Every month you add 2 people, 1 every 15 days. If you can do that over time, then we can measure what the payment of time will be and what the wealth is you will create over that payment time. Now, we put in all of our maths into that, lapses, cancellation rates, everything is built into these numbers. What we believe is if you can do 3 plus 2 for 6 months, then we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. You see, I'm not telling you that you're going to be rich in 3 months, because that's not true. If you're only adding 2 people a month, well then after 6 months you're on 30,000 Rand a year. It's 30 extra thousand rand a year after 6 months worth of effort. It's not after 2 months of effort, guys. It's not after the first 20 people you speak to who laugh at you and tell you that we're like everybody else when we're not. It's not after the first 3 months. It's not after the first 4 months. You got to get 6 months in, which means you cannot quit. You cannot worry about the fact that the people you put in didn't pay. I'm telling you right now, the first 20 people you're going to put in, they're not going to pay. They're going to get cold feet. This is like a wedding. They're going to go, oh, I'm not sure if I want to be married to this. Okay, and they're going to run for the hills. Put another 20 in. Your knight in shining armor is out there somewhere. Your long-termer is out there. This is a maths exercise at DuePoint. In fact, one of our wealth engineers realized this for the first time last night. As he saw people at DuePoint succeeding, he went, I get it. This is just numbers. It is just numbers. We're asking you to connect people, not becoming expert salespeople, not becoming expert presenters. No, maths. Just keep connecting. As you connect people, we reckon 6 months you'll be on 2,500 rand a month. If you keep that process up, connected, after 1 year with us, we reckon you'll be on about 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. So you go from a quarter to 100% in the second 6 months, if you can push through. But if you do the first month, you're on nothing. Maybe you get 165 rand. You see, you've got to make the decision to say, no, I'm not here for the 165. I'm here for the 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month, but I've got to put a year in. And I've got to keep connecting. 10,000 rand a month changes everything for every South African right now. 10 grand changes our entire economy. It certainly compensates for the 7 tax increases we've had this year through petrol and VAT. Are you willing to put a year in with us? Are you willing to have a thick enough skin to get through the first 20, 40, 60 people who tell you all sorts of funny stories? Nah, it's this, it's that, I'm not paying. Get through it, and the math starts to work for you. If you can do it for 2 years with us, if you've got a thick enough skin and can persist for 2 years, connecting 2 people every month, then we reckon you'll get to about 27 to 30,000 rand after 2 years. 2 years is not a long time in anybody's life these days. My goodness, it's 5 weeks to Christmas or 5 weeks to December. It's just mad at the moment. Mad how time's passing. If you can do 2 years, we reckon you'll be in the top 30% of earners in the country. But can you do 2 years? Will you give up? Will you let someone come and flash something? Oh, look how shiny this is over here. Look, the Range Rover, the Ferrari, all these pictures, all these, I'm earning 600,000 rand a week. Yeah, no. You've got to be strong enough to go, that's nonsense. We're building real, permanent wealth with DuePoint. But we've got to pay the price of time. If you can do 3 years, it'll rise to about 40 to 45,000 rand a month. If you can do 4 years, it'll be up to about 60 to 65,000 rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, not 5 months, not 60 days, 60 months with us, of adding just two people every single month, then we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 rand a month with us. That puts you in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. You've done it in half a decade. No, not one of you have managed to do that in your careers. I'm sure of it. I mean, there might be one exception, but I doubt it. None of you in 5 years went from naught with no capital outlay, with no money going in, to 100,000 rand in 5 years. Okay. But then people come to me and say the problem with DuePoint is we earn too slowly. Look at this thing over here from China. They said I'll be rich in 3 months. Yeah, you've got to have to learn to ignore that nonsense and put your heads down. At DuePoint, there's not at DuePoint, in South Africa today, there's no more free nothing. It's all gone. It's all gone. We now are going to have to build. We're going to have to build, and building takes time. We need 5 years out of you. It's the commitment we ask you for. And then your life is different forever. Forever. What does this look like if we do 25 years? What does it look like if after 5 you can be on that? Let's say it stays flat. 10 years, you're on 200,000 rand a month. Do you think you guys could cover your expenditure on 200,000 rand a month? Yeah, I reckon you'll just grow into it. Okay, what about 15 years, 300,000? Now, it isn't actually a flat line. It's actually quite exponential, but we just pretend it's a flat line. Life could change. What would you rather put those next 5 to 15 years in? Your careers? You guys going straight to CEO? Next 15 years, you'll be on 100K? I doubt it. Huh? I doubt it. For 99% of South Africans, it'll never be the case. We know that only 30% of South Africans earn more than 27,000 rand a month. Only 30%. The other 70% will never get to 30,000 rand a month. These are important decisions that we need to start making as South Africans, and we can't keep looking for the frill, the fantasy, the fake. we've now got to start saying, guys, we need to put our heads down into something that we know is real. And that is what we do here at DuePoint. And so, folks, we show every month a couple of people that are doing this. We've got tens of thousands on the books, but we only show about 3 people a month, 3, 4 people. And then sometimes they're doing well, sometimes they're doing badly. We show you everybody. You can go to our YouTube channel, see them all there. But last night was Tell All Tuesday again for this month, and we had 3 new people that were up on stage with us. Quite exciting individuals. We had Melissa up with us first. Melissa joined 6 months ago, but really only started 2 months ago. First 4 months, she was out trying to carry on with life. She's an accountant. She works in the hotel industry, and so she's busy, like all of us, no time. And so for 4 months, she just did nothing. Then she went, no, come on, I have got to start changing my circumstances. And in the last 8 weeks, she's built a channel that's now paying her 1,200 Rand a month. Now, that's amazing, because that's after 2 months. I said it would take you 6 months to get to 2,500. And in 2 months, she's got halfway there. Okay, because she's put more than 2 people in a month. She has been putting in people all the time. In fact, she's been putting in 5 people a month. It's not a big ask. It's 1 person a week. I mean, goodness, it's not a big ask. She still works every day, got a full-time job, you know. But 5 people, I can put 1 person in a week, and that's exactly what she's done. And so she's moving at twice the speed. Instead of being on 500 or 600 Rand at the moment, she's on 1,200 Rand. She will get to 2,500 in the next month or 2 if she keeps going in at her current rate. She also put 28 people in over the last couple of weeks. All right, now 28 people, all right, is not the total channel size of 78. No, she found amongst her 28 just 2 people. 2 people who went, I get this, and started connecting people. And what did they do? They took her from 28 to 78. Now, this is when I say to you, you're going to put 20 people in, nobody's going to do anything. That was exactly her experience. She put 28 people in, and only 2 did something. But that's how the maths works. That's how the math. You can't lose hope because 26 of the 28 don't do anything. You only need 2 to go from 28 to 78. She's going to put another 28 in and find 2 more people and go from 78 to 400 people. You know, this is how the maths works. You keep going no matter what people in your channel are doing. You keep going, keep connecting. Then we had Lindo from KZN here with us. He's been just amazing. He's been with us for 4 months, and in 4 months he's built himself a channel worth nearly 4,000 Rand a month. Now remember, I told you it was going to take you 6 months to get to 2,500. He's obviously missed my presentation because he got to 4,000 in 4 months. That's $1,000 a month. Any of you getting 1,000 Rand raise a month at the moment? No. He is creating his own 1,000 Rand raise every month. He's creating it himself. That's all he's doing. And he, over that period of time, has introduced 44 people. 44 people. I did the maths on it. I think it's like 8 or 9 people a week. So 8 or 9 people a week he just puts in. He's putting them in. Every week he's connecting people to this job. He also has a full-time job. He works night shift, which is killer because it means he's sleeping during the day when everybody else is awake. But he's still pumping people in. And in 4 months he's created an income of 4,000 Rand a month. What does that mean to you guys right now? What would it be like if you got an extra 4 grand every month right now on top of your salaries? It starts changing things. Then we had Marsha. We had Rulef up with us last night. They've been with us for about 2.5 years now, and they have built in a remarkable channel. They've had the most amazing experience at DuePoint. Again, they run their own business on the side, so they don't have a lot of time, but they have built their DuePoint channel to the point where they now average across the entire 2.5 years. They average 25,000 Rand a month. That means they're earning a lot more than 25,000 Rand a month right now, but we start to get a little embarrassed, so we don't show it. But what we've done is we've averaged it across 2.5 years. Now, wouldn't that be great if over the last 2.5 years you were earning on average 25,000 Rand a month? Hey, that's great. Remember, they started on naught. So this average means that the total they're earning now is a lot more than 25,000 Rand. But it's 25,000 Rand every month. And Rudolph told the story last night where he said, he spoke to a youngster who was like, oh, I earn 5 times that amount of money at the moment. And he said, and when you lose your job, how much will you be earning? And he said, well, nothing, of course. He says, yes, when I lose my job, I'll still be earning 25,000 Rand a month. What's our backup plan? What's our insurance policy when everything goes south in our lives? Well, Rudolph and Marsha have got 25,000 Rand to back up off of. They're also ranked 10. We're going to talk a little bit more about that just now in a moment. And so, folks, again, I encourage you, go to our YouTube channel, dig through all the testimonies there. There's got to be over 100. Go and see people earning a couple of 100 Rand a month, people earning thousands, tens of thousands, and more here at DuePoint, changing their lives permanently with the wealth that they can create at DuePoint. And then start asking yourself some serious questions. How long are you going to wait? Is it going to be some life-ending disaster before you catch what we're trying to do here, or you're going to start building now before that disaster hits. As I said, one of our wealth engineers said most South Africans don't know they're in crisis yet. That's not acceptable. There is plenty evidence right now for every South African to know that they are in crisis right now. If you haven't, you are behind the times. We have to start making a plan. We have to. No more excuses. We have no more options. Get stuck in. If you want to become a wealth engineer today, super simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net. Read and watch everything that's on the site. Get full information. Click the apply or join button. And less than 3 minutes later, you are a wealth engineer with us. Not a cent having left your pockets. And you are a wealth engineer. You have a tool in your hands, and you're out there building wealth this afternoon with us. Get the tools if you need it. The USB stick with the presentation on. You struggle with data? Get the USB stick. The backup batteries for your phones where your phones keep dying. Remember, everything happens on your phone. Business cards, caps, iPad covers, notebooks, notepads, everything you need we've got. You can pick them up at our information counter or order them from client service. Don't delay. Get what you need to start connecting South Africans to us. Then we're on Facebook, guys. Please go there. Follow us. Love us. Every day we're posting stuff there. You'll get, if I'm not mistaken, a sample of what happened last night, this afternoon on our Facebook page. Rob's working on it at the moment. If you missed last night, one of the few that missed it, well, then I encourage you to watch what he puts up today. It was an amazing evening, as they always are last night. Our YouTube channel, guys, subscribe to it. It's free to subscribe, and then you know when we're live every day. And then, guys, download our app. It's free. Put it on your phones, put it on your tablets. It is the tool you use to create wealth here at DuePoint. It's got your training on it, your personal details, your policy documents, and a live connection 24 hours a day into your channel. Get that app. It's the tool you need to survive here. We train you how to do this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're worried that you have no clue how to do this, don't worry. We teach you. We have what we call our XP Rewards program. We put you through a series of steps and programs to train you from beginner to expert. As you complete those steps, we give you XP points, experience points. They're not worth anything. They are simply a measure of your experience with us here at DuePoint. As you gain experience, naturally your channels are going to start growing. And when you meet the criteria of experience and channel size, we rank you up in the training program. When we rank you up, we reward you. It's the only training program I know of in South Africa that actually rewards you properly when you complete it. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. As you get serious, the cash gets serious. And then from about rank 5, we start to reward you with tools that you can use in this business. At rank 5, it's a lightning memory stick, jam-packed with everything you need to connect South Africans to us. At rank 7, it's a set of business cards that are imported for you. 12,500 Rand was the original price. We've just done a set now. They're 17,000 Rand now. Why? Because they're not gold inked, they're gold gilded. Literally, there's some old guy down in Cape Town. He goes to 3 printers. The last guy is the guy in Cape Town who does the gold gilding. He's like the last guy on the planet that can do gold gilding on business cards. You have the finest set of business cards in the country. When you connect people with this, it looks a little bit better than the fake photos on your WhatsApp group showing some guy standing next to a Ferrari that isn't even his. Okay, or the lady who says she earns 600,000 Rand a week. All of which is nonsense. This is real. That's real gold. Take a look at it. It looks like ingots. Here you have real and permanent. That is what we do at DuePoint, and that's where we need South Africans to connect with us. At rank 9, when you've achieved rank 9, you've come a long way. You're earning 20,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. You've spent and paid the price of time with us, and as a result, we reward you. Every year that you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away. On a 1-week trip, 5-star, all expenses paid, business class. No T's and C's, no funny hidden costs, no funny disqualifications, nothing. You achieve rank 9 and you maintain your channel size and you come away with us. We go away every year. We can show you the footage. You can go to our websites, to the galleries. We are leaving on the 8th of December for this year's trip. Going to Heritage Latalfia. Rob showed the video again last night at the hotel. It's mad. It's mad where we're going this year. Not only have you built wealth that can change your life, 20,000 to 30,000 Rand a month, you're getting rewarded in a way that changes your lifestyle. Being a wealth engineer is so much more than just creating income. It's about living a life worth living. Right now, for most South Africans, their lives are not worth living. We know it. Here, we create that outcome for you. And when you become rank 9, and it's going to take you time to get there, your life is going to start looking a bit like this. Thanks, Denzel.
All of drawn, we've sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
December, we're on our way with all of our rank 9s again. It's a big trip, it's an exciting trip, and it's a reward for hard work. When people look at this down the road, which you will do as well, 20 people down and none are doing anything, 28 people down and only 2 are doing anything, people forget about that and quit. They go, this is not worth it. And I ask them the question, if I can catch them, are you sure it's not worth it? Are you sure just connecting people, not selling, not discussing, not presenting, not running around town, just clicking play on your phone is not worth it? Are you sure? It's a difficult decision you'll find at that time, because then you'll be like, oh, I'm not sure. No, you should be sure. We don't have options left in South Africa. We have this. And we're putting it to South Africans and saying, we've got to get serious now. And we are serious about what we're doing here at DuePoint. If you can push through rank 9, you'll get to rank 11 ultimately. And at rank 11, you get your own car. It's not financed through us, it's not rented through us, it's not branded, and we don't give it to you and then take it away. It's your car. Because we have 28 mapped ranks currently in our training program. You've got a long way to go from rank 11 to rank 28. What is in the second 2/3 of our training program? I had somebody tell me the other day that DuePoint is not very exciting. I lost sleep over that. Are you joking? What kind of place makes it any more exciting than this? We're going to permanently change your financial position forever, give you holidays and cars that are real, not fake ones that you see on WhatsApp groups, and where we've delivered on every promise we've ever made. It doesn't get any more exciting than what we're doing at DuePoint. What it does mean is a little bit of work, maybe a lot of work. It just depends on how much wealth you want to create for yourself. And every South African is in the position to join us. Guys, we're going to be showcasing DuePoint around the country. We've been to 2 cities already. We're going to the 3rd one this Saturday. We're in Bloemfontein. We're there at 11, but Saturday is a big day because not only are we running our showcase, guys, I don't even know if there's tickets left. Please go and book them if you need them on our events menu in your app or on our website. Make sure you're there at 11. But before 11, starting at 9 o'clock the next morning, or 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, is probably our biggest development seminar ever. I am going to be running through our mobile phone and dashboard with you guys. Now that may sound like it's a really boring one. I promise you it's going to be amazing, because buried in there are all the secrets, the Easter eggs, all the mysteries that you didn't even know or in the palm of your hand for the creation of wealth. Every wealth engineer needs to be there or needs to be tuned in on Saturday morning. If you really want to get to grips with the acceleration of wealth creation at DuePoint, you cannot afford to miss Saturday morning. Get every member of your channel watching or in this room or in your venue around the country, 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Even if you're going to the Bloemfontein showcase and you're in the Free State, you'll be glad to know YouTube has reached the Free State. All you need to do is click the live button at 9 o'clock and have every one of your guests that's coming to the showcase watching live at 9 o'clock first with us. 10 o'clock we're going to do the intro presentation. I'm also doing that on Saturday morning out of here. That'll also be live stream, and once that's finished, take your guests to the showcase at our venue in Bloemfontein. So don't think it's just 11 o'clock on Saturday. It's not. It's 9, 10 and 11. It is going to be an amazing day of wealth creation for South Africans. Line your guests and your channel up like crazy for Saturday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see that we are dead serious about what we are doing here. Maybe too serious. We're not exciting. We're dead serious about what we're doing here. We have spent tens of millions of rands on this business. We have brought the best people in the country together to create a tool that every South African can use to create wealth. Doesn't matter how important you think you are or how much money you're earning right now. All of that is in big trouble at the moment in our economy, and we believe that you can pick this tool up and start preparing for the worst. And if the best comes out, well, you've topped it up with a cherry on the cake with our system. But we think that it's more likely that we're going to need this to survive and prosper in the future. So folks, if you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. Ask our client service team. Ask the people who connected you today. We've answered the questions. We're in this business to win it, and we want you guys to be in it to win it with us as well. So before you leave today, pick this tool up and let's start creating wealth this afternoon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've watched us live today.